Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the zoo. The minions with me this evening are Tyr
Yo,
and Adam.
I need a napkin.
I need something.
As it is once again a Friday, I'm the keeper for this evening, Sanguine. And really, Adam, you need a napkin after watching the 1988 Light Aerobics Championship
I'm not going to say
from
nothing.
Crystal Light. You got that excited? You need to clean up after yourself?
All those hot bods and pouffe hair. Stop. God, what the fuck were we on in the 90s?
The mullets and mustaches.
Meth. It had to be meth. Like, the whole country must have been doing meth.
No. In the 80s, it was definitely all the uppers
Okay.
and some LSD.
Okay. All right. What up, Ray Lewis?
Hey, Raymond.
Hey,
So, how are you guys doing today, other than needing to clean up after yourselves from watching the 1988
well, I mean,
Light Aerobics Championship?
I need an adult.
cleanliness is next to godliness.
I am an adult.
That's even worse.
Yes. Hey, I'm an adult. Don't you worry about that.
Hey, okay, young man, come over here and sit on my lap.
Let me show you this aerobics video.
Okay. Oh God, Jesus Christ, Adam, why'd you have to do that?
Want to work on our floor routine?
Want to wear these middle to your leg socks? That was fucking horrible.
Spandex in my
Like that's where this purple spandex and see our floor routine.
Well, I mean, there wasn't really much to work with in terms of their costume. I think one guy had a wardrobe malfunction where everybody had blue tops and red bottoms, and this other guy had a red top and blue bottom.
No, it was the different teams had different combinations of blue and red.
So like medieval times nights?
The returning national team had the blue tops, red bottoms. Other teams had blue, or there were some teams that had blue tops and bottoms, some teams that had red tops and bottoms, some teams that had red tops, blue bottoms, and then there were also some black bottoms and black tops in the mix.
I'm putting it to you like this:
Ooh,
if there isn't a slew of pole stuffers and mothers in that group,
no, they just made the room very cold.
They
don't make the room very cold, because if you make the room very cold, then yeah, the women are more impressive, but the men, they aren't show ready, shall we say. So what you do,
show ready.
Well, look, I mean, they're not showing for just adults. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a family-friendly event. So
remember with the 90s,
Yeah,
we had Lisa Morals.
That doesn't stop it from you get the ice cubes out right before they go on.
Show workout routines from other teams with scantily clad, and they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And for the gay guys, to show them the other guys. There you go.
I still absolutely love how ridiculous and dorky that video is, though.
Yeah. Saying we were hitting on the Tim Walz, Kamala Harris Warcraft event earlier, right?
A Democrat Warhammer event would be hilarious. So
yeah, let them try that shit. Okay, so man,
you know what the God Emperor of mankind would want you to do? Vote Democrat. This
look. You know what would be even worse? It's because I didn't mean Warhammer, I meant Warcraft, but you know what I meant. That have to have Kamala Harris dressed up as a commissar, and they'd have to try to tie either Trump to Corn or Zinch, or they could make a proper Nurgle.
Yo, what if she did like a Kamala Harris mini
Call herself an
paint
Eldar.
stream?
See, the one that I would find hilarious is if they tried to tie him to Slanesh.
Oh God!
She'd be like, actually, I was always painting these minifigures.
I used to play Warhammer back in the day, and what are these called again, Tim? Eldar. Yeah, they must be a new fashion. They weren't around in my day.
Yeah.
And what up, Rod? And all the people who look like you fucking tourists. I was always hit with these dice things. Tim, who's your favorite team? I like these weird looking animal creatures. Oh, I think they call it Tyranids. Yeah, that's what they're called.
And for those that don't know, it was the Tim Wolves and Kamala World of Warcraft ad campaign that we're currently lambasting. But he ended up saying Warhammer, so it just became even funnier.
Shit, there's a reason why everyone refers to Trump as the God Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
God. All right, okay, all right. I have to ask this question: If Kamala was a servant of the Chaos Gods, who would she serve? Because I can't see her serving Slanesh.
Oh, wait, hold on. She'll serve the first person in line. She worked at McDonald's.
She did. She did work at McDonald's.
Yeah. See? Vote Kamala.
Hold on, here. You can't see the person who got into politics by sucking dick real good serving Slanesh.
I can't. So okay, so the premise of the Slaneshi cults are hedonistic pleasure and wanton hedonism, right? Essentially. Yep. I just can't. She's a terrible servant of fucking Slanesh. She doesn't invoke desire. Like she makes me want to go into the nearest commissar office. Like, yeah, I need to purge this heresy. Where's this terminatus button?
She's making you want to join the monastic order and
yes, I'm about to become a tech priest. I'm about to become a tech priest on Mars because this shit there. Fuck this shit. I can't see her serving Slanesh or Zinch because Zinch likes intelligent people. She doesn't come off as intelligent.
I still say you can't see the person who got into office by sucking dick.
Fine, maybe
Slanesh.
Fine, she could be all right. Then what would Tim Walz be? Because I don't think he could get in Slaneshi cults. Yeah, Kamala, let's raise some hell. Let's do this orgy.
Well, he does have the wanton interest in physical desires, given his history with the drink.
That's true. So he's an alcoholic. Okay.
You don't know about that.
Well, I know he got in trouble he had a couple DUIs and drunk driving charges. Yes.
Yeah, he had several times of drunk driving. It is very hard to be a casual drinker and have several DUIs.
Did either of you see the debate?
Which one?
With Waltz and is it Waltz or Walls?
I did
Vance.
not.
And Vance? Well, no.
Yeah, I saw it.
Sadly, I did not. I was at work.
Well, Tyr, some of the facial expressions that Waltz was making?
I'm actually friends with school shooters. Yeah. Did you know that? I'm actually friends with school shooters. Yeah.
He says it twice. Like at the first point when he said it at the first time, I was like, okay, maybe he's talking about like back in the day, they used to have shooting class at schools, where they teach you how to use a rifle,
Mhm.
gun safety, and all that. So I was like, okay, maybe he was talking about that, but he says it twice, and both times it's just like, okay, yeah, it doesn't fit unless you're just really dumb.
Dumb.
But
I
but
actually went to 2 different high schools that had completely abandoned sections of their basement because that's where the school shooting range was.
Makes sense. You're from the Midwest, right?
Not originally. I was Eastern Seaboard during both of those.
I mean,
Sanguine comes from the oceans.
no, he comes from deep underground. God, he's a fucking dwarf.
No, I don't know. I've seen him walk into the water and just like disappear. He just
Yes,
goes off in the sunset.
I'm telling you, Sanguine's a dwarf. He mined too far up, and now he's on the surface. Calls his mom, you gotta go deep underground.
It was
How do dwarves
concerning
communicate?
trying to figure out if I would fall into the sky the first time I emerged.
It makes sense. Makes sense. It's okay. Dwarves are good people. Some of them.
No, dwarves are the best people.
Goblins are actually my favorite fantasy race. Because
God damn it, I almost said something before thinking and biting back on my tongue.
What are you about to say? Go ahead.
What's the normal stereotype about goblins now?
Oh no.
They're thieving, greedy, and
No. I'm talking about the horny stereotype.
what, they fuck like rabbits?
It's the short stack goblin sluts.
Oh, yes. I do love a short stack.
You don't know that stereotype, Adam?
I love a short stack.
Yeah, of course. I know all about the short stacks and the half stacks and the full stacks and all the stacks.
Dwarves technically would be half stack. No, yeah, half stacks.
Oh shit!
They're taller than short stacks, only about maybe a foot, so they're about 5'5".
Mm-hmm.
A half stack, and then there's short stacks, which are fours, which would be goblins, and halflings.
Yep. And gnomes.
And no one counts it. No, gnomes are not a race. They're just halflings that went underground. I refuse to acknowledge them as a race.
Well, no. It depends on which origin of gnomes you're talking about, because one of the origins of gnomes is that they're a fae race.
We're not ignoring chat.
Hold on. No, we're not. Actually, you know what? You're talking pancakes. If you add a couple of orcs, you'd have some bacon. Oh no!
Short stacks are back on the menu, boys.
Woo!
I don't want to know what you'd be eating with short stacks.
Goblin pussy, of course. I like my meat green.
But yeah, when you first said goblins, that was the first thing that popped into my head. Just the horny stereotype. Okay.
It depends. As a matter of fact, it depends on which games I'm playing. So when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, I used to have a goblin deck, like just all kinds of fucking goblins that did fuck you shit. But if I'm playing, say, Warhammer Fantasy, I'm the Dawi. Slayers are
fuck yeah.
Slayers are best fucking army. Fuck everybody else. Or I'm playing Tomb Kings. Because
Tomb Kings are legit, yeah.
Yeah.
They're constructs.
Tomb Kings.
But I play Total War. But
Tomb Kings in fantasy, Adam, are effectively
mummies.
Mummies. So very Egyptian army based on undead and various constructs. So they'll make necro-sphinxes and shit like that.
Ooh.
Granted, I don't play the actual tabletop. I usually play Total War Warhammer.
Yep.
And again,
which is a fucking amazing game.
You know what I wish they would do? I wish they would make Total War Warhammer 40K.
Well, you can play something like that with the Starfleet part.
Say again?
No. Battlefield Gothic, but
Yeah.
I have that. But what I mean is a Total War style game with the Warhammer 40K races. You know, you can have the Imperium have the different chapters and Marine types. You know, the Sons of First or the Ultramarines. You could have the
See, that's what I was
Necron
just
tier.
about to ask, because there's one thing that is missing from Total War Warhammer, which
What?
is they don't have the Storm. Is it Stormblessed, Stormcast? It's Storm
Yeah.
something.
They don't have a Stormcast, and they also don't have the squats. Sorry, the halflings. Like, 'cause technically they are their own army.
Yeah.
Like they live in the Empire, but they literally don't fucking deal with the Empire. Like, the Empire just tolerates them.
Mm-hmm.
It is too much. It is too much hassle to kill them, so they just fucking tolerate them.
But they're completely missing the Stormcast.
They're missing a lot of races. They're missing RB. They're missing.
Well, the Arabi don't really have fully fleshed out lore.
They're missing the N. They're missing the Amazons, because technically the Amazons are a fully fleshed out army.
Mm-hmm.
They're missing a lot of dwarven units. Like they don't have Bugman, and I really think he should be a legendary lord.
I think legendary hero.
Again, it's like I see why Gotrek and Felix are legendary heroes in a sense. It makes sense. They wander and they do a lot of shit between the various races. Like they did work for Nekakara, and they did do shit with the Empire, and they did shit with the dwarves. But
That's also the Tomb King that I want to bring out the most. The one that's probably a Tomb King dwarf.
the one that Godfrey became friends with, and he would be an amazing legendary lord. Have him be able to access dwarven units,
Yep.
or not all dwarven units, but like have him be able to get like slayers or riflemen.
Have him be able to get Nakaran versions of them.
Or have him be like sort of like how what's his name is Archon the Black. Have him how he is, where he can get
Vampire Ghost.
vampire coach units. Have something to that effect. Give him dwarven units, or at least let him be able to buy them as
Mercs.
yeah, you know, Archon the Black. What is I didn't like what they did with the Van Karsteins. How they had Manfred before they had Vlad, which makes no fucking sense.
I thought Vlad and oh yeah, they were their own DLC, weren't they?
Yeah. If they were gonna do vampire counts, they should have made vampire counts Vlad. It should have been Vlad, Isabella, and Manfred. Have the necromancers, Heinrich, have his own army, his own faction, and have the wagon driver. Forget the wagon driver's name. Have his own
Wait,
army.
which version of Total Warhammer are you playing? Because
I played 3.
3 has
Yeah, it has all. He is his own unit.
His own faction.
Yeah, he is his own faction now, but he doesn't have his own like units.
True.
He still takes from the vampire counts, which he should have more undead units, just strictly undead, not the vampire shit.
So flesh out his roster
Necromancy
more is what you're saying.
Yeah, flesh out his necromancy and his roster. Like maybe give them some overlap. Like have him be able to get borrow Geist, maybe, and like some of the undead units that are truly undead and not vampires or ghouls and shit like that. I like the vampire coast. I'm pissed that they created Colostra from whole cloth. and tried to shoehorn her in, which makes no fucking sense. Like they were going to do that, they should have just kept it down to 3 of them.
See, I want every faction to have 5 before they end the game, at least.
I'm still waiting for them to figure out what they're going to do with Norska. Norska hasn't gotten an update. It hasn't gotten, rework. It hasn't gotten anything. Norska has been fucking untouched and unloved since the end of 2.
Oh, yeah. And they aren't like Beastmen. That Beastmen benefit anytime that it's any Chaos faction.
Yeah, but
anytime that a Chaos faction gets something, Beastmen get something.
Again, they are radio silent on Norska getting anything. Norska just sitting there like, what about us?
Yeah. Norska just have 2. Ogres just have 2.
Yeah, that's another faction that like they should get some more lords. I think the dwarves need. They got Slayer King,
Dwarves have 6, I think.
Slayer King, Grombrindle, the Master Engineer.
Good. Let me quickly pull it up and I can read off the roster.
Yeah, because I know it's Snorri Whitebeard, the Slayer King, the Master Engineer.
And we aren't ignoring chat. We referenced your pancakes.
Yeah. The High King himself with the book. Oh God, I love the fact that in the end times he beats a fucking Skaven to death with the Book of Grudges.
I just love the fact that even in the end times, fucking the Slayer can't goddamn die.
Yes, he beats him. No, seriously, like I forget it's the Master Assassin of Clan Eshin for the Skaven, and he beats him to death.
Because the dwarves have Thorgrim Grudgebearer, the High King.
The High King.
They have Ungrim Iron Fist, the Slayer.
The Slayer King.
They have Belagar Ironhammer,
Master Engineer.
Belagar Ironhammer is the one who has ghosts and reclaiming Kark 8 peaks. You're thinking Malachi Mackayson, which is the Master Engineer.
Okay.
They have Grombrindle,
Snorri Whitebeard.
And they have Thoric Ironbrow, which is also one of the engineer sorts, but he's a runesmith engineer.
Okay. I know that
Master of the Iron.
I know Tomb Kings only have 4. Cetra.
Tomb Kings. Yeah, they have 4. They have Cetra. They have Grand Hierophant Ketet.
Mm-hmm.
They have High Queen Kalita.
Yeah.
And Arkin the Black.
I know what is the Bretonia has 3. They have
Bretonia has 4.
The Lady of White, they
have
Leon Lecoeur.
Yeah. Albert, they have Luan Lecoeur, the High King. They have Albrecht de Bourgenlo. They have the Fey Enchantress, and they have Repents.
Oh, that's why I was forgetting Repents. High Elves
needs to be fucking reworked because Albrecht is the generic legendary lord.
Yeah, he really is. I know High Elves have Tyrion, his brother, Aleph Anar. They have the Queen.
Lariel the Radiant.
Yeah, and I think it's another one they have.
They have 2 more. They have
they have Batman.
Well, that is Alethanar, which is Batman.
No. The Dragon Batman, like the DLC played him as Batman. Emmerich, there he is.
Yeah, the one that I would say is Batman is definitely Alethanar.
Alexander. Yeah, because he's a fucking assassin, essentially. Like his whole fucking campaign is, go kill this thing. All right, shit.
Emmerich is the Dragon Prince.
there's only four. No, there's about five dark elves.
And 4 for Bretonia. There's 3 for Chaos Dwarves.
Well, yeah, they're not. I'm pretty sure they're not going to get another legendary lore until like the next DLC pack or something to that effect because they just came out. I know Cathay just got its third legendary lord and Zinch just got his.
Cathay got theirs a while ago because their third was Yunbo.
Yeah.
And he was out shortly after 3's launch.
Yeah, you know what pisses me off though? They should have gotten the Monkey King.
Like, well, that's the rumor for the next DLC.
But they already have his greatest enemy, which is the Changeling.
Yep.
So why did you give us Junbo with the Changeling, Monkey King? He should have been that should have been his game, and then bringing Junbo against like one of his enemies, his many enemies.
The Dark Elves currently have 6.
Malik, his mother, Hellbrand, Malekith, the guy that is fucking being taken over by the demon, the Fell Creek.
There's Lokir Darkheart, which is the Dark Elf pirate.
Yeah.
There's Malice Darkblade, which is the one that's demon infested. And then there's Rakarth, which is the Master Beast.
Okay, him. That's the one I keep forgetting. Because I know Eshin has Skaven have the engineer they have the engineer, they have the master assassin, they have
Skull, which is Storm Vermin.
Mm-hmm.
They have Queek, which is the
Queek Head Taker. That's what I remember.
They have Scroll, which is the Plague Priest.
Mm-hmm.
They have Craven Tail, which is the assassin, if I'm correctly. It's assassin and Storm Vermin, I think.
Yeah, Craven Tail, the master assassin.
They have Icket Claw.
There it is. I was trying to remember Icket Claw's name.
Deathmaster Snicket.
And then they have the mutated one.
Is the assassin. And they have Throt the Unclean, who is mutation galore.
That's what I remember.
Slaanesh only has 1. Zinch has 2. Khorne has 1 currently.
Khorne has 1. I know they have 1 for Papa Nurgle.
Nurgle has 3.
Khorne should have 2. Khorne should have the initial Khorne one, and he should also have the Valkyrie.
Nope, Khorne has 1 because the Valkyrie is Valkyra. The one that you're referring to as the Valkyrie. Valkyra is under the
Champions of Chaos.
Warriors of Chaos.
There you go. Okay.
Warriors of Chaos has fucking 8.
2 for each legendary lord.
They have Warriors of Chaos have the Everchosen, Sun Eater, Sigvald, Azazel, Festus, Valkia, Village, and Be'lakor.
You know what? I really wish they wouldn't have made the hunter dog. We're not ignoring chat, Keith. Y'all not saying anything. I wish they would have made the hunter dog into his own legendary lord. I would have loved to play a 4-legged.
Oh, you want the legendary hero from Khorne to have been a
legendary lord,
legendary lord rather instead of a hero?
Yeah. His mechanic could be that he has Aleph and Arth's mechanic where he has to hunt down somebody.
So it'd be like Alithanar.
Yeah, essentially he'd be Khorne's Alephanar, and we killed this guy Or it'd be a combination of Alf Anar and the Book of Grudges, where he has to, anybody that defeats him, he has to get revenge.
Yep.
You know. I'm paying attention, Key. God damn it. Sorry.
Yeah, we've referenced you several times.
People encouraging niceness in society. Or penis, for short.
I think a topic change is in order.
Okay, fine then. We can go to something else.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what they're telling you.
I mean, what, you guys don't like Warhammer?
Yeah, well, you know, not everybody likes coffee, not everybody likes tea. You got to be able to read the audience, right? You know, we were having some.
Except the bean juice people are just plain wrong.
Yep, see you tomorrow night, Keith.
I like bean juice.
I like bean juice too. Well, Adam picking up on the subtlety.
And God damn it, Keeverdan, we have referenced every single fucking thing that chat has said.
Now I thought the chat being silent.
I don't know about that, but hey, Sanguine.
Yep.
Did you make anything for dinner tonight?
Yes, I did. I did koji marinated steak, and then that was a ribeye steak that I sous vide and then torched with some roast mushrooms that I finished off with a bit of butter, a quick sauce that I made, very garlicky, slightly spicy, very savory for the steak, rice bowl, and then I did some blistered shishito peppers.
It sounds tasty.
It was absolutely delicious. Drinks were a sake heaven Jinmai 12, a Sapporo beer, and then Nika Days whiskey.
Yeah, I once you said the mushrooms, I was like, yeah,
Yuck, mushrooms.
What?
Mushrooms.
I don't know. You gotta. I don't want to do this, but you know what?
Wait, are you starting to have problems with mushrooms now?
I've always had a problem with mushrooms.
No, I mean Adam, because he went, mushrooms.
No. I said, because I was like, yeah, it sounded good. I was like, that. I want to something.
Okay.
I was gonna tell Tier like, yo, you Woloload quiz with the whole mushroom thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was able to Wololo quiz with mushrooms. Tier, if you don't like mushrooms, I guarantee I know what you don't like about mushrooms. And I know I can make
What is it?
Like. It's the texture.
It's however he fucking cooks it, dude. It's pretty good. And what is kimchi?
Kimchi is fermented cabbage.
Well, I know it makes me sick, so I'm pretty sure I don't like mushrooms.
You're allergic to mushrooms?
Oh,
I'm not allergic. It's just something about how it's usually prepared. It really makes me sick.
Part of me is inclined to think that someone's just been trying to poison Tyr and has been feeding him fucking mushrooms.
It's possible. I have enemies. I don't know why. I'm just that amazing.
dude, you got some ninjas going around swapping out the mushrooms for you?
Possibly. I've never had seaweed kimchi. I like cabbage, so spicy cabbage is my thing.
Yep. Cabbage kimchi, cucumber kimchi, and seaweed kimchi are all things. So, standard kimchi is cabbage. You can do cucumber kimchi, which is effectively a spicy Korean pickle. Or you can do seaweed kimchi, which is, rather than using cabbage, you use various types of seaweed. You ferment them with a lot of chilies. You end up with this nice kind of salty, savory, spicy side dish.
Whoa, wait, did you say chili?
Yeah, lots of chilies.
Okay, hold on. Well, okay, well, we're talking... You're talking the like chili pepper.
Yes, we're talking a bunch of Korean chili peppers.
Well, I mean, okay, completely. I mean, it's not off the road. It's kind of. earlier today, I heard somebody saying, "Isn't there a state that has a really weird chili recipe?" And then in my brain, I was like, "Okay, I know there's some areas of the country that doesn't use beans in their chili, and then there's some places that use beans, but a unique one, is there such a thing?"
Yeah, there's a
Yes.
bunch of different types of chili.
So back in the day when me and my D&D group, I miss those guys. When we used to meet up in person, we would make, we would have dinner, right? So one guy brought beanless chili because I can't stand kidney beans. And to balance the chili, he brought pumpkin donuts. It was actually pretty good.
Mm.
What?
But yeah, there's Texas chili,
What the hell's a
which
pumpkin donut?
Well, he said because it had he wanted the balance of the spice and the flavor.
it's
So
pumpkin spice and pumpkin mixed into a donut.
yeah, it wasn't bad.
So it tastes kind of like a pumpkin pie.
Oh,
It kind of did.
But yeah, there's Texas chili. Texas chili typically does not have beans.
Mm-hmm.
It's just meat, tomatoes, chili peppers, paprika, cumin, oregano. There's Cincinnati chili, which includes cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, allspice, and then cocoa powder to
Okay.
mix in some chocolate. There's Indiana chili, which is one of the ones that's just plain fucking wrong. Because what they do is it's chili with pasta.
what?
What the fuck?
Wait, what kind of pasta? Wait, what?
They'll do with it spaghetti or with
Wait,
number of
okay, so is it
types
chili
of-
mac?
It's not chili mac
Oh,
because their ingredients are also kind of fucked. Like rather than using uh, normal tomato sauce or tomatoes, they use tomato juice, like V8.
what the fuck?
Yeah. So
Okay.
they'll do either spaghetti or macaroni, and then their base tomato is like V8 juice. Then there's tavern chili, which that's kind of what we did at the campsite because tavern chili is effectively a standard chili that has beer mixed in. I did a
Okay.
Texas tavern chili because I didn't use beans. So it's your meat, your fat. Oh, sorry. Tavern chili can or have beans or it can exclude beans. So some of them are beans, some of them aren't beans. Tavern chili is more of a subcategory of pretty much any type of chili. And it's also often topped with cheese. You have Oklahoma, which is pretty much all the normal stuff. It is normally without beans, but what they'll often do is they'll turn it into Frito pie.
Frito pie.
That sounds
Yeah, it can be with beans or without beans, but it's often turned into Frito pie, which is you take the chili, you take Fritos, and you
That's
take
like
cheese, and you mix the or you layer those together. So it'll be a layer of Fritos, layer of chili, layer of cheese, layer of Fritos, layer of chili, layer of cheese.
mm-hmm.
Or you can do chili, then Fritos, then cheese. Either way, you can layer it up, and then you tend to bake it. There's Kansas, which includes beans, includes Worcestershire, and that one tends to be either brisket or pork shoulder is used as the meat. Then, of
Okay.
course, you have chili verde, which is green chili.
That sounds different.
Yeah, rather than using red peppers, they use green peppers. And they use a lot of herbs in it as well to make sure that it stays a nice green color. It's kind of like the Mexican version of a green curry.
Oh, curry.
It's where I have curry.
Duck Dog says my cousin uses cranberry peas in his chili.
Yeah.
What are cranberry peas?
Cranberry peas.
Is that a real thing? Cranberry peas.
That just sounds nasty.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with cranberry peas.
I think they use that more for Thanksgiving.
Oh, do you mean is cranberry peas what you guys call cranberry beans?
The fuck is a cranberry bean?
It's a type of bean.
Oh.
That's cranberry.
No.
Yeah, they're these little harlequin-esque beans where they're striped pink and white, or more flecked and kind of blurred pink and white.
Again, that sounds. Yeah.
Think like, have you seen harlequin eggplant?
No.
No.
Okay, let me find harlequin eggplant.
Where would you even find this stuff?
Sanguine will find it.
Store?
I don't think.
Where if there's a food, Sanguine will find it.
I just imagine him going on a biplane and going across the globe and finding the ingredients to make.
Oh, another example of a harlequin thing that you might have seen. Harlequin bell pepper. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
God damn it. Okay, let me...
Dude, I am just stumbling upon the existence of a Harley Quinn part of whatever we're talking about. Like, this is...
So, anytime that you hear harlequin when it comes to food, it ends up...
created Harley Quinn. What? Oh.
So, harlequin ends up multicolored and striped. Often it is white and some other color, but in the case of like harlequin bell peppers, you have like orange and red striped together.
Oh.
Or green and red striped together. So it'll be several different colors mixed together.
Okay.
And why can't I find harlequin bell pepper pictures? I've cooked with harlequin bell peppers. I know exactly what they look like. But for some reason, I can't find a good picture of harlequin bell peppers. Let me go back to harlequin eggplant, and I'll find a picture of harlequin eggplant so I can show you guys. Let's see, this one looks decent. And open image, a new tab. Zoom in. Sorry, this is going to be a case of can I beg you for some more pixels, but fuck it, you'll be able to see the general pigmentation of harlequin bell peppers.
Oh, nice.
So this is a harlequin bell pepper.
Okay. I wonder how it tastes.
Completely not what I thought.
This is a harlequin eggplant. Sorry, harlequin eggplant.
Again, my previous statement stands. Taste. Wonder how.
It tastes like eggplant.
I wonder what eggplant tastes like.
You've never had an eggplant?
It's possible. I don't remember if I ever did.
It tastes like eggplant parm without the tomato sauce and without the parmesan.
I don't remember.
That's some good stuff.
But yeah, there's
eggplant parm. Yeah.
The cranberry beans kind of look like harlequin beans. where
Okay.
it's pink and white kind of striped together.
Okay.
So
I
that's
want.
what cranberry beans look like.
Yeah, I had a completely different idea of what it would look like.
Yeah, it's normally striped together. Sometimes you'll see it more blotchy looking, where there'll be a blotch of white, a blotch of purple, a blotch of something else when it comes to harlequins.
To
Or
be fair,
harlequin
Keith,
eggplant.
I've never had pumpkin pie either.
What? Hey,
Keith,
wait, because hold on, because I've never. What is it? Sweet potato pie? I've heard
I've
sweet
never.
Oh,
potato
you talking sweet potato casserole?
All right, all right. I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe my taste buds may have changed because when I was younger, I fucking couldn't stand sweet potatoes. But I recently had some sweet potato fries, and they weren't bad.
See, for me, I don't like orange sweet potato, but you
Yeah.
give me some ube, some purple sweet potato. Oh, I will
Mhm.
fuck that shit up.
Yeah, Duck Dog says sweet potato pie tastes the same. Yeah, I heard sweet potato and pumpkin pie taste the same. I've never had sweet potato pie, but I've had pumpkin pie.
It maybe
Potato
have something
pie.
to do with the
That's funny.
fact that people that usually make sweet potato pie make it really sweet. And I'm not a big fan of sweetness.
Yeah, see, I'm more used to sweet potato casserole than sweet potato pie. I'm wondering if that's just a regional thing where sweet potato pie is sweet potato casserole.
I've never. I didn't know the dwarves made sweet potato casserole. That's interesting.
What is a casserole?
So,
Well,
sweet potato casserole is you take sweet potatoes, you cook them down until they get into like a kind of mashed potato esque consistency,
Yeah, it's pie.
and
It's essentially
then
pie.
it
you
is baked
top
in a
that
dish.
shit with marshmallows.
Okay, hold on.
It is literally.
Marshmallows,
It's
and
essentially
Could
then
meat pie.
you
Could you
throw it
put
under
marshmallows on a pumpkin pie?
a broiler real quick so that those marshmallows get toasted on top,
Whoa.
and then you serve it up.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah, dude. That sounds. I mean, I don't know. I think I've only had like a whipped cream on a pumpkin pie. I don't know.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure you can
that's
have marshmallow. I guess. Yeah.
that is the same similar preparation for a sweet potato pie, except for we don't. It's typically you don't use marshmallows, but you can. It's just in a pie shaped pie crust.
Okay, so it's just sweet potato casserole in a pie crust that sometimes
Fucking
has
sin.
the marshmallows, sometimes doesn't.
Yeah, like that's all. That's all it is. That's
Okay.
And if you really want to impress your date, you get one of those fancy flamethrowers and spruce up the marshmallow flambe.
Oh yeah, that's what you
Hey,
do with a sweet potato
Key.
casserole. You'll either take out a kitchen torch,
This is for you,
And
sweet potato.
torch the marshmallows, or you'll throw it under a salamander or a broiler for a couple seconds, making
Key.
sure that you watch it so that they don't get torched, and then you pull it out when they're golden brown.
take short. Oh, time wise. Okay.
And if you want to be really fancy, rather than using marshmallows, you make a meringue.
Oh, lemon meringue. Oh shit, dude. Yeah, okay. Now you're fancying it up.
You make a meringue, you spread that across, then you torch the meringue.
That sounds tasty.
Ooh, add some skinny zest. You're fucking good to go.
And according to Duck Dog, marshmallows on sweet potato pie are a fucking sin. Sounds like someone wants to keep their toes.
Whoa.
What, you don't want the diabetes?
Yeah, you don't want Vitas?
Too good for
the-
Winford Brimley.
I got
Look.
that beatus.
Give it another year or two, and Tesla will have a toe for you. Don't worry about it.
I got the diabetes.
Okay, because
Robot
he
legs?
said that, Adam, I have a question. If they came out with full cybernetic augmentation, would either of you replace any of your limbs? And if so, which limbs?
Nope. All right. So I have 4 wisdom teeth removed. All 4 of my wisdom teeth removed, and that's honestly as much as I will remove from my body. When I meet my maker, I want to tell him I want to go with him at least with most of my body parts intact. You know.
Okay, what about you, Adam? You going for any augmentation?
Um. Okay, so I got 3 scenarios that popped up in my brain. One was, no, just whatever, deteriorate. I have my faith in whatever, but uh, the middle one was, yeah, maybe. Uh, but the third one was only if I lost a leg and it was a robotic peg leg, but it was also like an android peg leg, so it talked and it was sentient. Well, not sentient, but like AI. And it was constantly complaining because it was like, you fucking, you fat drunkard pirate guy going around. And I
So
just
you would
imagine
only
this whole
augment.
scenario.
You would only augment if your limbs could bitch and moan to you.
Well, a TV series grew from this, so that's what I was like.
Wait,
I don't know,
wait,
I
wait.
don't know
I
if
can
that
I can see it
counts.
now. Wait, Mr. Adam, I see it now. You'll be walking somewhere. Hey, hey, why are you doing that? Stop doing that. That shit hurts. You're my leg. How do you feel it? Don't ask fucking questions. Just stop doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
I'm walking. Stop.
but eventually we start solving crimes together. Like we become vigilante detectives,
uh,
and we both
they,
smoke
they
cigarettes.
wait a minute. They think you're unconscious, but your leg gets up, starts kicking ass for you.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, he doesn't have to sleep. I can sleep.
Like he wakes you like there. I imagine one episode like someone breaks into your apartment while you're sleeping. About to kill you with a knife, and then your leg just kicks him in the groin and says, "Okay, wake the fuck up."
Yeah, and eventually he'll be upgraded. Because at first it has to be straight peg leg, right? We got to grow as characters. Um, but eventually, uh, we have a small development because of friends we gained along the way, and they want to help out the cause, and so they help out Pegleg. Pegleg is getting smarter because he's connected to the internet, and so now he's figured out, what, it's going to be a lot easier if I have limbs of my own, and so Pegleg gets a little like fingers, and or
little arms, little grabby arms.
yeah. So all of a sudden now he's like a robotic thing, Adam's family thing. But he lives as a transformer pig leg on my leg. Oh, and I'm fighting a
Okay.
divorce
You fight. Why the heck got throwing the divorce into this?
because
Because
why not?
he went for detective show.
Yeah, you gotta
What
have
sort of self-respecting detective show other than Nero Wolf and
Johnny Dollar,
Johnny Dollar and
Dragnet,
Sherlock Holmes don't have a
Dragnet.
divorce?
Dragnet.
You have to have that human
Doesn't
element.
Dragnet have at least one divorce?
Nope.
No,
The one
but
thing.
Dragnet is such a dry. It's a cut and paste. Like
It's a police
they
procedural.
yeah, they
Yeah,
go
it
right
is, but
into to work. They clock
Pretty
in,
sure there
they
have
clock
been.
out, and the show ends.
I'm
No.
pretty sure there have been characters that had divorces.
Not the main character. Joe Friday never gets a divorce because Joe Friday never gets married.
Okay.
He is.
Like in the original radio drama, they keep trying to set him up. Like his partner tried to set him up with his cousin, and then his sister, and then like one of his friends. Like they tried to set him up constantly, but he's
Yep.
like, no, I'm right to the job.
I wish that we had really good police procedurals again.
I wish we brought back. I get that basically YouTube is radio shows, but I miss the old school radio shows.
I want a YouTube radio show that has the production value.
Yes. I listen to Nero Wolf. I have Nero Wolf. I have Johnny Dollar. I have George Can Do It. Leave It to George. I have Dragnet. I have Broadway is my beat. Let me look it up really quick because I have a shit ton of radio shows. Let me make sure. Where is it?
Because if you haven't listened to Paladin, I think you'd like Paladin.
It would be Descendant. Hold on, sorry. Radio dramas. All right, so I have 1984. I have The Adventure of Sam Spade. I have Alexander. I have The Atomic Age Avenger. I have Bradbury on radio. I have Broadway is my beat. Dimension X, Dragnet, Gangbusters, Haunted, H.G. Wells, Let George Do It, Nero Wolf, Richard Diamond, The Kraken Wakes, The Shadow, The Twilight Zone, and yours truly, Johnny Dollar. I need to get a Paladin then.
Yeah.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Paladin's right in there with a lot of the ones that you named because it is a PI who has his different
The Whistler
of the week.
I've never heard of the Whistler.
The Whistler's really good.
I like the old school The Shadow. The Shadow knows.
X-1's also really good, as Duck Dog mentioned. X-1's a sci-fi one.
Okay. Hold on. Let me look because with Internet Archive being down, I would download it from there, but I would need to see if X-1 is on.
Yeah, X-1 is kind of like old school, almost Twilight Zone, where each one is kind of self-contained.
Okay. I see it. I can download this shit now. Because I usually download as audio files. And if
the name of the one that I was thinking with Paladin is Have Gun Will Travel.
Let me reopen, duplicate, Have Gun Will Travel. Have Gun.
He's a
Have Gun Will Travel.
Gun / investigator for hire.
You know what I need to get? I need to get the Guns of Will Sonnet. The whole premise is that like this grandfather who is this legendary gunman is looking for his son with his grandson Will Sonnet Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes through like various towns, like saving people and whatnot, all looking for his son and his grandson's father. And like you just hear stories of like Will Sonnet, like, oh, he shot down like 50 men, and then it ends, and then they never find him. Like it ends on a cliffhanger.
So it's kind of like an insane Western version of Lone Wolf and Cub, only they're related.
Yeah. So it's just fucking insane. Like again, you're hearing all these amazing stories of Will Sonnet and what he's doing. Oh well, Will Sonnet was like you literally just met him like 18 days ago, but he was here and he saved my cattle and he took down this legendary bandit. Well, this bandit's brother is coming to get you guys. Just something ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or their relation's different because Lone Wolf and Cub, they are father and son.
Yes, Lone Wolf and Cub, like it's father and son.
Rather than grandfather and grandson.
Yeah. Lone Wolf and Cub was a good set of books, honestly. Oh.
And an absolutely insane series of movies, right?
Yeah. Oh, did you hear?
Miniseries.
Did you guys hear about what they're doing with Assassin's Creed Shadows and like the original premises that they were going to have?
I have not.
What are they changing?
Well, no. So originally, the original main character wasn't Yasuke. It was supposed to be this monk who is forced into war. He's like the peaceful monk, and then he gets like the Sword of Eden, which is supposed to be. So the game takes place literally after Mitsuhide betrays Nobunaga, and one of Nobunaga's retainers takes the sword to like this temple to give it to the monk for safekeeping because he's being hunted down. Nobody will fuck with the monk. But they come for the sword, and like he's forced to take up the blade to deal with this shit, and like he kind of gets adopted into the assassin order. That was the original premise, and then they were saying they were gonna have a the Japanese greatest Musashi. They were gonna have a Musashi like figure as the main character. Like Musashi is the one that beat Kojiro.
Yep.
He. Oh god. Really quick aside. On his way to fight this guy, the ultimate shaman tactic. This motherfucker takes the 2 oars of the boat that he's traveling on and crafts them into bokens and beats the snot and kills Kojiro.
Yep. Cracks his skull open with one.
Yes, like, and mind you, this battle was hyped up. This was the duel of the ages. And that was the ultimate, like, funny, I ain't gonna use a real sword. I'm just using 2 bokens. These 2 oars I just made.
Yep,
What?
He showed up late in order to get him pissed off. Then he didn't use his sword. He used boken that he carved from the oars of the boat that he rode across in. And he did
So they
that
just had to be
because
done.
it would be longer than his sword would be, which would allow him to have at least the same reach or a bit longer reach than his opponent with the Nadachis that his opponent used. See, when you first started saying that it was a warrior monk, I was thinking, oh, were they going to make this a Benkei story?
It was supposed to be like this unknown, like he wasn't supposed to be an actual figure. He was just going to be a warrior, a nameless monk who gets the Sword of Eden, which was the sword that let Nobunaga conquer Japan, essentially.
Yep.
And it was supposed to slip from his hands, and Mitsuhide wanted to unite Japan under his rule. And like they were saying, you were supposed to work with Hideyoshi to not only defeat Mitsuhide, but like defeat the assassin or like not assassin, the Templar order of that time period. And then they scrapped that, and then they said, "Oh, it could have been a Musashi-like figure because Musashi was born literally 20 years after Nobunaga dies." And then they said no, and they got like, "Yeah, we're just gonna use Yasuke," which, yeah.
There's so many really fun characters that you could pull from Japanese history and lore, or you could assign different characteristics to a unknown character that is really the secret behind this that you could have played with, but they went for Yasuke, which is bullshit.
Again, you all right in that time period. You had plenty of unknown samurai from. You could have had like from noble dynasties, or he was from a unknown clan, and he just kind of faded into the background. You could have did the no route where the main characters are the second game. The main characters are literally Hideyoshi, Hida from the first guy's name, Yoshi from the second guy's name, and they work as one. But creating character whole cloth would have been perfectly fine.
If you went a couple centuries earlier, like I said, pull up fucking Benkei. Benkei is ridiculous. Benkei is amazing when you read about his legends. Also, the sheer number of this is the staff of Benkeis floating around Japan.
Shit, what you could have done would have been slightly better. You could have had it. You could have avoided the whole Nobunaga issue and set it into one of the other clans. Like he was a retainer for the One-Eyed Dragon, and have him dealing with the One-Eyed Dragon and shit. You could have had Nobunaga as the big bad, but nope.
Come on, who are we kidding? You know why they chose what they did.
Yeah, but see, the problem is,
It doesn't make it good.
yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
And again, his existence is being heavily debated.
Well, the
And-
thing is that his existence isn't
Well,
being
not
debated. It's
his titles. There was no way in hell in Japan, xenophobic Japan at the time, would let a person that's not Japanese touch a sword.
yep, and that's the problem. They
But
weren't happy with just having this character. No, he had to be a samurai. He had to have all these honors, and those honors he wouldn't have had. They wouldn't have been a fucking thing for him.
I mean, if you all right, so if you could have had it that he was an outlaw. If you'd have played up that he is literally he's not supposed to have the sword, so he kind of had to blend in as best he can.
Yep.
Makes sense. He's not supposed to have it, and whenever you see him without his we'll say his Oni mask and shit like that, you don't know it's him.
Yep.
Or maybe have it that his mask is actually a piece of Eden that hides his features and face, so people believe he's just a fucking Oni.
Yep. But there's a bunch of different ways that you could have worked it. They chose the worst fucking way. Oh, and that just reminds me. You saw the drama when it comes to Halo, right?
How they renamed themselves to Halo. They renamed their agency or their company.
Well, I was talking more about the diversity hire.
Oh no!
Got where they hired someone to be one of the. It was a producer, right? Adam, did you see?
Yeah. And also the change to the Unreal Engine 5.
Yep, but their producer was hired on black woman, which people have been going, oh, people just hate her because she's a black woman. No. The reason why people are going, she's a diversity hire, get her the fuck out of there, isn't because she's a black woman. It's because she's a black woman that has pages of tweets talking about how she fucking hates FPSs and Halo.
Oh God, fucking!
No.
All right, I don't have. This is my thing, and I'll say it to the cows come. I don't give two shits about your skin color or your whoever you want to fuck.
Yep.
Do you, boo? However, I care that you love the mediums that you're working with. If you're coming to a company who specifically is involved in first person shooters. Now, Halo did do like the RTS Halo Wars, pretty good game,
Which
and I
was
wish
kind
they
of
would
fun,
bring back. But Halo is essentially a fucking shooter.
Yeah. And if you wanted to bring back Halo Wars and what was it? Halo Forge was the other thing that they did for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That allowed you to make a bunch of new games out of Halo.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to do that shit, yeah. Okay. That sounds good. But the problem is when you come in and you go, I hate everything about this, it's kind of like people got pissed when what's the broad's name? Jodie Whittaker, right? That was the Doctor Who?
She Doctor Who, yeah.
Yeah. So when it came to looking at the interviews for Jodie Whittaker, when it came to her being announced as the new Who, her response was kind of like, yeah, I've been hired on to be Doctor Who. It's interesting, I guess. So you should watch the show while I'm on it. You can see me. Whereas if you look at the interviews when David Tennant was announced as Doctor Who, I fucking love this show. It's amazing. Here's all the nerdy spurg shit that I know about the entirety of Doctor Who, and I get to be Doctor Who. Fuck yeah. I mean, the dude married the fourth Doctor's daughter.
He did?
If I remember correctly, he's married to the fourth Doctor's daughter.
I didn't know he married Tom Baker's daughter.
Let me quickly double check. I know he's married to one of the Doctor's daughters.
We're going to lose Tom Baker at some point. It's going to piss me off. He's about 90.
So he's married to Georgia Nee Moffat. And Moffat,
that's his showrunner. That's the showrunner's. That's Russell T. The showrunner's daughter. Oh shit! She was in the Doctor. She was Jenny in the Doctor's daughter.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was that he married the Doctor's daughter, not the daughter of the fourth Doctor. But yeah, he married Georgia Moffat.
Okay.
That's who his wife is. He is an absolute fucking spurg.
Oh, he's the daughter of the fifth Doctor.
Fifth Doctor, yes. That's who it was. But yeah, he's an absolute spurg when it comes to Doctor Who. He fucking loves it. Yeah, she's the daughter of Peter Davidson. His
and he was the fifth
name. Yeah. But yeah, he's an absolute spurg when it comes to Doctor Who. The dude clearly loves the show. And you can tell by how fucking excited he is every time that it comes to him talking about Doctor Who and his experience on Doctor Who and his experience with Doctor Who. The dude fucking loves it. He will talk your goddamn ear off about it in every single interview that he's in, that he gets to talk about the Doctor. He fucking loves it. And it's the same when you look at every other person that got to play the Doctor. Even Eccleston, who wasn't the Doctor for very long, liked Doctor Who.
Yeah, he was a great. I really wish he would have stayed on for at least one more.
Yeah, it just wasn't the best fit for him. The Doctor that he played was amazing. Don't get me wrong, he's one of my favorites, but it didn't feel like he was having as much fun actually being on the show as he had when he was talking about getting to be on the show, if that makes sense.
I get it.
But that's how pretty much every other person that gets to play the Doctor is. They're talking about how it's amazing. Matt Smith, same way. Matt Smith loved getting to be the Doctor. And getting to be part of something that he had this connection with. But then you look at her, and it was, I'm going to be on this show. Oh, what was your favorite part? Well, I get to be on it.
Again, they ruined the Doctor with... Alright, so it's canonic that a Time Lord only has 12 regenerations, plus the ones that he gets from the Fissure in Time as Matt Smith. So that's why he has more. By creating the fugitive Doctor, it fucks up the canon tremendously. Because he remembers every part of his timeline.
Yep.
Even the parts he wants to forget. And then the timeless children just makes fucking no sense.
Yep.
God, it makes no sense. Because if he does have that many that many regenerations, if he's the progenitor of the Time Lord race, why is he seen going to the rift in time? Like Jesus Christ. It's just terrible.
Yeah, they borked a shit ton of things because they wanted, rather than telling a story
Shaw.
in the universe. They wanted to tell their story and fit the universe to it.
Yes.
Which is a horrendous way of doing anything.
And the fact that David Tennant ruined his legacy by coming back and being the 14th, not 14th Doctor, which makes Jesus Christ, it makes no fucking sense he do that anyway, because technically he's supposed to regenerate to a new body. He's not supposed to get old with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't go back to their previous forms.
Yep.
And then the shit with Shooty Gatwa.
Yeah, but listen, the people
Yes.
who took charge of the show, they decided it needed to go a different way.
They need to go a gay way. They need to make the Doctor gay.
Yeah. Obviously, it was going to be a better turn. Wait, no, I'm sorry.
And they ruined the Celestial toy maker.
See, I liked the take on the Doctor where he was borderline
Crazy.
what people would call asexual now, where it was just he didn't really give a shit.
Yeah, when he was Matt
wasn't
Smith,
looking
because
to get his rocks off. It was just, yeah, I like these people.
it was originally not Matt Smith. It was Appleton really didn't care for Amy sexually, and she was just like, oh, she's like a pet.
She entertains me. She's intelligent. I like her. Not I was in love with her. It was I like her. I like being around her.
She was more like a pet.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you did something cute. Here's a treat. Let's go see something stupid.
That's also the reason why Rose wasn't really my favorite companion.
Donna was.
Donna and Martha all day.
Donna was the only adult companion he had. Like, and what I mean by the when I say adult, she wasn't trying to be with him sexually. Like Martha wanted him, Rose wanted him.
I would say rather than adult, she was the only true companion.
Yeah.
The others, they wanted to be with him rather than just wanting to be around.
Yeah.
And be there for him, where Donna wanted to be there for him and wanted to be around and wanted to see. She had that childlike wonder about the world that the Doctor has.
Yeah, I honestly think she should have got a second season. If they'd have played up like her brain being frying, like she would have these moments of great insight, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't think of that," and then like she would just glitch out, if you will, and keep playing that aspect up the entire season. Like he's trying to fix her without telling her he's trying to fix her.
He's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, and then he realizes at the very end, rather than it being effectively one episode where all of it came out, and it was really quickly done. Yeah, I agree that it would have been better if it was kind of drawn out, and it was originally, oh, that was strange.
Yeah, like he doesn't see it.
As he started to figure it out, as he started to try to really work on it, it went from, oh, that was strange, to, oh, good God, this is happening again.
Yeah, and then eventually realized, like, I can't, like, this isn't something technically I can fix. Like, you absorbed Time Lord regeneration juice, essentially, and there's no way I can get it out of you. Without killing you. So, I gotta erase your memory or your brain will fry. And again, have her glitching and just rant, like, really bad times to glitch.
Yeah. And again, have it be something where it starts off as it's just shrugged off. Because it's, Oh, that was strange. Okay, moving on.
Or you know what? You know what you could do? You could have like they're talking and she just stopped for a second and he looks at her like, "What you give me that look for? You just stopped in the middle of your sentence."
Yep.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, like I said, have it be something that it starts off as a, well, that was fucking strange. And then as it keeps on happening throughout the entire season, it's more of a, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh fucking God. Until eventually it's, I can't, there's no fixing this. The only way that I can protect you, the only way that I can save you is by getting rid of everything that I know of you.
Yeah, I think Rose should have got. All right, Rose was okay for a second season. I think they should. Martha's storyline really did only have one season. I like how she was a guest, a reappearing guest.
Mm-hmm.
I never really cared about Clara. I really think Amy should have been. They should have finished out the entire season with Amy and then introduced Clara instead of having Clara come in midway through the season.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I really think I like the aspect with Capaldi's doctor where, where Clara is essentially trying to be her own woman essentially and like here's this curmudgeon.
Peter Capaldi was underutilized.
Yes. I really his doctor harkened back to the old days where the of Doctor Six, where he had the ill temper and he would just randomly flip out because something fucked up in his regeneration. And he had the old man fuck everybody asshole. And he was a perfect continuation. Eccleston was denial. Being the last. So Atkinson was in denial. Like, yeah, I'm the last, but it's whatever, Tennant was, yeah, I'm the last, and it kind of bummed me out. Matt Smith was I'm pissed off that I'm the last. And Capaldi should have been, right, I have to save the universe because I'm the last. I'm now the caretaker of the universe. Fucking great.
Mm-hmm. But it's, like I said, Eccleston, he's a fantastic actor. He was just underutilized throughout. And that was the sad part because he's fantastic.
And I think he could have got a second season.
Yeah. Have you seen
Gone in 60 seconds?
Say again?
Gone in 60 seconds?
No, I'm trying to think the show that Eccleston was on when he was Malcolm. Spin?
Nah.
Was it Spin? Is that the name of the show?
Let's look it up.
Spin.
Filmography. He was in Othello's. Wow.
Let's see.
Nope. I don't see him in his filmography.
What was that fucking show called? Because the Malcolm UK. What's the name of this fucking show? Why am I blanking?
You talking about The Leftovers?
Is that the one where he was the campaign manager?
Nope. Nah, that's not it. That's a nope.
So it's not. Sorry, not Eccleston. It's Capaldi. It's the one that I'm thinking.
Oh, I want Luther to death. But yeah, I've seen it. I've seen parts of that one with Capaldi.
Yeah, Peter Capaldi. Peter Capaldi was amazing in that show, and I want to say it is like The Spin or The Thick of It. That's what the name of the show was. The Thick of
Okay.
It. And in that, he was a ill-tempered character, just constantly, fuck you, fuck this, what the fuck is wrong with everyone, pissed off at the world. It was kind of like, Yes, Minister.
Yeah, and it was,
And
and that's his doc. That's literally how he plays his doctor. I'm pissed off at the planet. I only do this because I have to because I'm the caretaker of the universe.
yep, so the general premise was that he was a spin doctor for one of the parties in England. And he was constantly getting pissed off at the various politicians going, look, do you have any fucking idea how hard you're making my goddamn job? Because you can't keep your fat fucking mouth shut.
Mhm.
I'm having to spin everything that you say.
Ah, man.
You just keep on sticking your foot in your mouth. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't know he was part of a rock group. Huh.
Yeah, it was Malcolm Tucker was his character's name. He was the director of communications. And he was managing the government's crisis management PR.
Sound like a terrible existence.
Oh, yeah. And it was one of those... It was an English comedy that was kind of a dark English comedy just because it was, here's how our government works. It's kind of sad, but laugh at it.
Again,
which is very much in the vein of Yes, Minister. And he was also in The Loop, which was another series.
Again, he very underutilized, and I really think he should have gotten. Again, they should have really played up his "I'm the caretaker of the universe" aspect, and like had him and Kara butt heads because she wants him to do it because he loves doing it, and he just wants to do it because I have to.
Though I do really like the look up the doctor, causes of death. Oh, you have a quite respectable death count. It's still going. Well, everyone had. This is really quite remarkable. People start running away. Oh. As it's just counting up the entire fucking time.
Shit, how many times did the Doctor destroy the fucking Daleks?
Yep.
He's actually killed he's destroyed the Daleks, he's destroyed the Rutarans, the Suntarans. He's I forget the name of the robotic race, not the Kalids, because they became the Daleks. There was an episode of Baker's Run where it was the Daleks versus another machine race, and the Daleks were trying to get Davros back because they were locked in this war. Like they can't win this war, and neither can this other race because they're machine races, and they keep coming to a logical conclusion, and they just can't outthink them. So the Doctor says, there's a reason why you guys can't win the... He was talking to the other race. He goes, there's a reason why you can't win the war. And he goes, why? Play me in the game. And like, play me in rock, paper, scissors. And he goes, paper beats rock. He keeps beating him in the game. Like, why? I don't understand it. Because you're using logic. I'm a living being. I don't have to outthink you. I just have to do something you weren't expecting.
Yeah, it's... Let's see.
Man,
So-
now I gotta look at that race.
Pulled up the Doctor Who Wiki's list of genocides.
Oh,
Holy
fucking hell.
shit. How is this a thing?
Now I got link me to the goddamn page. Put it in side chat. Yeah, he destroyed the Cybermen a billion fucking times. But that race wasn't the Cybermen. It was another species.
Okay, side chat has the Doctor Who fandom wiki with the list of genocides.
The Doctor genocides. Oh God.
So it was the Sirens, the Castrians, the Fendal, the Valjacks.
Okay.
The
Tegelians.
Zolfal Thurin.
Goddamn, he's eliminated a lot of fucking
The
races.
Great Vampires.
Technically, he destroyed the Time Lords.
Vernoids.
The Rachnos. The Rachnos.
The Time Lords and the Daleks. The Rachnos. The Daleks again, because he keeps on killing off Daleks.
The Saturnians.
Yep, the Saturnins. The Hyperions.
I think that was the race. No, it wasn't. That wasn't a race. I know exactly which. It was the fourth
the
Doctor.
Kotura,
God.
the Master wiped out the Atlanteans.
No, not the Cyberman. Was it the Genesis? Nope.
The Khalids were wiped out.
Well, technically, they became the Daleks. Ish.
Yeah.
Man, he destroyed a lot of people.
It just amuses me that there's an entire fucking page of genocides in Doctor Who. Which is gloriously insane.
It is gloriously insane. It's terrible too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that shit's fucked up. Excuse me. I'll be right back, my friend. I'm going to get a drink and a snack.
Yep.
I'm still listening up.
What kind of snack?
Some pretzels.
Soft or hard?
Ha! I don't think you should be asking him that. That's kind of personal.
Well, it's been a bit since we showed the 1988 aerobic championship.
I think you should. I really think we should. We should do this.
So
When I
guess
showed
not.
it last time, you guys had to clean up after yourselves.
Well, see, I'm already. See if I go do that next.
I mean, we'll probably get flagged for it.
That's why I'm not currently showing it. But it is gloriously weird. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Crazy.
I'm still impressed that I remembered that it was the 1988.
Again,
Because it's an annual fucking competition. To remember that year is the one I wanted.
Yeah, but it's weirder that you pulled that from me mimicking the Captain Planet intro.
Because you did the do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, which sounds like the fucking song that plays in the background of it. Of Duck Dog trying to come out swinging, saying Dot's pretzels suck donkey dick.
Oh.
So what's your preferred pretzel then, Duck Dog?
Pretzel. You know what's crazy is I've been seeing apparently a lot of these restaurants are doing specialty burgers. Apparently, fucking Wendy's has a Krabby Patty, and Burger King has a Wednesday Whopper. But I think they always color their buns around Halloween time.
Oh, are they doing the charcoal buns again?
Yeah. Oh shit! There was another one.
Oh, and he's coming out at Dots with the most basic bitch answer of Utz.
What is nuts?
Utz is one of the most common brands of pretzels that you can find anywhere.
You're not going to the East Coast because Utz is exclusive to the East Coast.
It's exclusive to the East Coast?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did not know that. I think that... I feel like I've seen them in the Midwest as well.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. Where to buy?
It's based in Hanover, Pennsylvania, but it's exclusive to the East Coast.
Yeah, I know that they're in Pennsylvania, and I know that they're from Pennsylvania. I felt like I'd seen them in the Midwest. That's strange. Yeah, I used to live not far away from where Utz was, so it was fucking everywhere.
Yeah, Baltimore exclusively uses Utz. And you can get hers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You can get it or what?
No, hers is another brand of chip.
Oh.
Yeah, most people pronounce it hers. I've heard some people pronounce it hairs.
Hairs.
Most people pronounce it hers.
But yeah.
Yeah, because it's Herr, and it's from German country. So some people
Hold on.
pronounce it hair.
Don't we have that in the Midwest?
You have hers.
Yeah, we should have hers.
Mm-hmm.
Hers, I think, is a major national brand.
I'm gonna ask the AI, can you get Utz and does Utz sell on the West Coast?
It does kind of seem like we're slowly winding down. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Do we have any topics that we want to launch into that we didn't touch on?
Wait a minute. Yes, Utz snacks are available on the West Coast. You can find Utz products at various retailers, including Target, Whole Foods, and other grocers. I guess they do sell there now.
See, told you.
Nice.
But back in my day, Utz used to be literally exclusive to the West Coast, East Coast. I mean, not
Told
like
you that their pretzels had expanded.
what topic else did I want to talk about? We talked on tampon Tim and politics. We just talked about food. We talked about video games and entertainment. Um, nah. There are a shit ton of horror movies coming out this week. Or not this week, sometime soon.
It's been a while since I've seen a really good horror movie. Most horror movies now tend to do jump scare bullshit rather than when I watch a horror movie, I want it to be creeping dread.
I agree.
And I'm also kind of sick of the immortal big bad
Mm-hmm.
because that takes away any sort of suspense for me. The will they, won't they? Well, it's a supernatural being that is unstoppable. They're going to die. Whereas if you give it something that it can be beaten, it's just hard to beat. That then becomes will they be able to figure out how? Will they get away from it?
I'm a fan of Lovecraftian, so will they beat it? Doesn't fucking matter. In the end, we're all fucked.
I suppose, but when you're talking cosmic horror, that's even slower burn, which is why it works for me. But when you're talking shy of cosmic horror, I want it to be something that is able to be beaten, because then that actually keeps me invested. Whereas if it's just supernatural evil that is completely unstoppable, there's no suspense for me.
Fair enough.
Because it is, the supernatural being that is unstoppable is going to get to everyone that it wants to get to because it's unstoppable. Why is this scary? This is now just a gore flick rather than something actually scary.
Doctor said the audio jump scares is becoming more prevalent, even gayer than regular jump scares. So there's a YouTuber called Possum Reviews, and he was reviewing a movie. He was reviewing a movie, and he said this: the reason why people hate jump scares is because it's not really scary; it's annoying.
Yep.
And something that's scary sticks with you for a hot minute and makes you like check under the bed and shit. That's fear. Jump scares is more shock, noise, and you can jump scare with anything. And he started jump scaring with the music and whatnot, and like opened the thing and there's a little kitten because the audio cue gave it away. It's the sudden sting and the loud bang when you're supposed. It's all peaceful and calm, essentially, or tense, instead of actually being scary. That's not that. That's annoying. We watched Hereditary a while back, like maybe a year ago, and that was fucking scary. That was true horror. There were no jump scares. Like that shit was genuinely frightening. We watched Midsummer. Genuinely frightening.
Oh,
Sorry, dropped a keyboard.
Oh. Yeah, but I never tried eggplant either. I know she said it a while back.
Yep. That was as I dropped the keyboard, I flicked out a hand, and as I flicked my hand forward, it tapped that button. As I went to try to catch the keyboard, didn't quite catch the keyboard in time.
We watched the Wicker Man remake, and that shit wasn't scary. It was supposed to be a horror movie, but it wasn't scary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it had jump scares, but it didn't have anything genuine. What one we watched not too long ago? On Never Watch Alone, we watched like fan films, and we watched shit that it's more gore fest than actual fear.
Yeah, that's what keeps on happening. They substitute gore and jump scares
For actual fear.
Actual fear. I want to feel dread as I watch a horror movie. I don't want just when something suddenly pops up in front. No, I want it to be built up to slow burn. Everything's becoming uncomfortable. Oh God,
I got the
what's
perfect one for
happening?
you. I got the perfect one for you, and it just popped in my head. I remember this. The original Tales from the Crypt.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it's the old British one, mind you. Remember when they were doing the blind, where they were talking about the guy in Institute for the Blind, and you see, they set it up perfectly. They set up the dog, and they set up how he's vicious, and you see them lure the dog away with food, and then you don't see the dog anymore. And they're turning on the lights, and you see the razor blades and everything. They turn the lights off, so you don't see the razor blades. That shit is genuinely scary. But they released. Oh, we forgot to feed the dog. We've been starving him for weeks. Not weeks, but for days. He's hungry. And then you see the dog coming, and then they turn off the lights, and it ends right there. That is fucking scary because the implications is he's trapped in a hallway with razor blades. He can't see for shit, and there's a hungry dog fucking coming together. No jump scare needed.
It meets my criteria of not having an immortal evil because again, immortal evils. There's no fear in that because there's no, oh God, what's going to happen? Well, the immortal evil that's unstoppable is going to win because it's immortal and evil and unstoppable.
Yeah, but and I'm using Tell from the Crypt example. The moral evil is essentially death and something they can't escape. They're already all dead. And you just tell them how you died.
Yep.
It's fucking terrifying.
And some of the best, oh God, this is creeping me out moments are moments where nothing gory, nothing violent is happening. It's just things are deeply unsettling with how things are progressing.
It's the implications. It is. You don't even have to show someone dying. It's just the implications of what's going on. Wait a minute. If it's like it was the Menu, the one with Kevin Spacey and John Leguizamo, where Kevin Spacey, I think not Kevin Spacey, where they go to the island in the restaurant and it ends with like all them burning alive and shit.
Oh, you're talking the one with it's Ray Fiennes, isn't it?
I think it's Ray Fiennes. My bad. It could be, but I know it's John Leguizamo. And like the end, he puts like marshmallow. He puts like chocolate hats on people and marshmallow coats and like turns them all into fucking living s'mores. And you see the implications of oh shit, but you don't actually see them all burning to death. You know it's happening though. It's the implications of something.
Sorry, Ralph Fiennes, not Ray Fiennes. Ralph Fiennes. I said his name wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Ralph Fiennes, and it's the one where there's the moment towards the end where it's, I think that you're cooking shit. I think that everything's overdone, overproduced. I don't think that you can make even a good hamburger.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just, I'll make you a delicious hamburger that will be like the first hamburger that you ever tasted.
And it's poisonous.
And it's just that very standard cooking scene or cooking movie shot of cooking a hamburger.
Yeah,
But
and that's where to go.
it's tense as shit because everything that led up to that moment.
Yeah. It's fucking insane. And that's fear. That's scary. You know, you don't need loud noises. You don't need jump scares. You don't need, oh, it's a cat that jumped down that had no fucking business being there. You know, the original
Yeah.
Exorcist was scary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they forget the essence of horror.
Good horror movies are slow burn, implication, and making you worry about day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, the thing that I hate, the
Mm-hmm.
unstoppable evil. Unstoppable evil isn't going to make you think, oh god, will I be safe at home tonight? Unstoppable evils, well, if that shit exists, I'm fucked anyways.
Yeah, so,
Why do I worry?
I was reading a writing book on the essence of like how to write horror, and one of the biggest things they said was try to take something that you're afraid of and dial that shit up to 11.
Yep.
Because you're already scared of it. You're gonna your mind is gonna add in the scarier bits, and it's more genuine because you think it's scary. Like they were using the example, like if you don't like going to the dentist because you don't like the drills, well, imagine a scenario where you have this insane dentist who's like drilling into people's mouths as he's killing them. He's a monster.
And when it comes to writing, there's a lot of things that you can get by on where you aren't directly saying what it is, but you give enough of it that people are able to insert it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're describing a bug-like or just actual fucking bugs as the horror element of it, you don't need to explain in detail what it feels like to have a bug crawling on you.
Because everybody's had it before.
You can just give enough and then have a statement that is kind of like, I don't need to explain this to you. And that is far more effective a good chunk of the time than trying to explain it and make it sound creepy in its explanation.
Mm-hmm. It's again, right, what terrifies you. I don't like needles. I'm not afraid of needles. I don't like them. But if I were doing that, do you remember? Have you seen the third Saw? Was the third or the second? I think it was the second Saw movie with the pit of needles.
I think so.
That shit. I don't like needles. Like if I can avoid getting needles, take blood drawn and shit like that, I will. But
I've thrown a doctor.
You've what?
I've thrown a doctor.
Well, you gotta remember, it's dwarf strength. The doctor is a regular human, and dwarves have a plus 3 to strength.
So to explain I've thrown a doctor. I'm terrified of needles. I hate them. And I had a shoulder issue when I was in 10th grade. I had tendonitis, bursitis, and impingement syndrome all at the same time, all in the same shoulder. So,
God damn.
what each of those means is anytime that you hear itis, it means inflammation. So, tendonitis is inflammation of the tendons.
Wait,
Okay.
so what happens if I eat a big meal and I got the itis?
So, the itis, when it comes to that informal usage, just means sleepiness. But when you hear itis in a medical usage, so tonsillitis is inflammation of the tonsils.
They're sleepy tonsils.
Bursitis is inflammation of the bursa. Tendonitis, inflammation of the tendons. Gastroenteritis
Stomach.
is the inflammation of the tissue of the inside of the stomach.
Gastro. Stomach.
Yeah, gastroenteritis. So it's the intestines and stomach. Internal lining is inflamed. So anytime that you hear itis in a medical context, it means inflammation. So I had tendonitis, bursitis, and impingement syndrome. Swelling of the tendons, swelling of the bursa sac, and then impingement syndrome is when the spacing between your bones in a joint is minimal. So when you have impingement syndrome of the shoulder, it means that the three main bones that make up the shoulder are all placed way too close.
Okay.
And if there's swelling, it starts to cut off blood flow, nerves, and everything else leading to that arm. It can do, as it swells, it can do one of two things. One of them is it can swell to the point where it just, your arm goes out of the socket because it just pushes it out. That is the better of the two scenarios. The worst of the two scenarios is that it locks that joint into the socket, because when it pops out, that suddenly releases all the pressure, cutting off your blood flow, cutting off your nerves, cutting off everything to that arm. So your arm continues having blood flow, and you can continue feeling it. If it locks in, then those nerves and blood vessels are crushed against the bone, causing your arm to go numb, lose the ability to control your arm at all, and it causes all the blood that's in your arm to start going stagnant.
Ugh.
That
Which-
doesn't sound pleasant.
Oh, if it lasts long enough, your blood starts to rot in that limb.
Gee, thank you, Sanguine. I need that image in my mind.
Yep. So I had those three syndromes all at the same time. Went in, and doctor was able to correctly identify what the issues were. He said, okay, we should be able to get this resolved today. And I had told the doctor at the very beginning of the appointment that if you need to give me a shot, warn me. I am fucking terrified of needles. And at this point, this is 10th grade. I'm 6 foot, 280 pounds of effectively muscle. And I tell the doctor, warn me. He says, okay. Continues on with the appointment. Diagnoses what's wrong with my shoulder. Says that we can start the treatment today, or we can get it treated today. And just wait a moment. He leaves the room. And as he's gone, my mom had come back with me just so I'd have someone to chat with when I was waiting for the doctor. So I just start talking to my mom. The door opens up maybe like 2-3 minutes after the doctor leaves. The doctor walks back in with one of the thickest and biggest needles that I've ever fucking seen. Doesn't say a goddamn word to me. Has the needle in one hand, walks up, hooks the bottom of my sleeve with his pinky, swipes my shoulder with an alcohol prep pad, and then immediately needle goes into my arm. My arm kind of jerks, and I realize before I hit the doctor, there's a needle in my arm. If I do something to this doctor, needle breaks off in my arm. I don't want needle in arm. Wait. And my mind is just complete panic mode with that one element of rationality just saying, wait. So I wait, and the treatment for those 3 conditions all at the same time is apparently a cortisone injection. Have either of you ever had cortisone injected?
Nope, but I hear it's painful.
No.
Cortisone is mildly thinner than thickened honey. So when it's being injected, you can feel it kind of spiderweb out into the surrounding tissue as it oozes out from the injection site. Feels really fucking weird. But I'm just waiting as I'm feeling this spread out into my shoulder. Waiting. The needle comes out of my arm. The moment that the needle comes out of my arm, that rational part of me that was saying, wait, you do not want to snap off the needle, just goes, fucking do it! And my arm launches forward, catches the doctor in the stomach, and I'm sitting on the examination table. When you've been to a normal doctor's office, it's a good 5-6 feet from the examination table to the doorway at least, right?
Yes.
So I'm sitting on the examination table. The doctor just finished the injection, so he's right at the examination table as well. My arm hits his stomach. He does not touch the floor until his ass hits the floor, because my palm hits his stomach, sends him flying back. He rattles the exam room door, slumps down. Both my parents were military. I went to a military doctor for this. So this Navy doc comes surging back up to his feet, pissed and ready for a fight because a 10th grader just fucking threw him.
That dwarven strength, man.
I surge up to my feet, ready for a fucking fight because I'm scared of needles, you fuck. And my mom just starts laughing her ass off. And it takes her a half second to catch her breath enough to look at the doctor and say, first off, he told you that he was scared of needles. Second of all, that was the arm you were treating that just hit you. He has another. That was also my weak arm. I hit him with my left arm. My right arm's my strong arm.
I use my strong hand.
He glares at me. I'm glaring back at him, ready to swing on him if he steps forward. He finally decides the better of it, opens up the door, fucking books it out of the office, doesn't say that I'm good to go. My mom and I kind of sit in the office for a couple moments longer before going, okay, let's just fucking go. So yeah, I threw a doctor because I was scared of needles.
God damn it.
Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta shove a doctor. If he didn't want to be shoved, he wouldn't have did this shit.
Not just shove, through. He didn't touch the ground until he collapsed onto it.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yep. So that's what I mean when I say I'm terrified of needles. So I am trying to break myself of this by doing plasma donations twice a week currently.
Ah, okay. Well, I hope it works, but,
Oh no, I'm still absolutely terrified of needles. I'm just better at hiding it now.
All right. I thought I was scared of needles, but you had me beat, Sanguine.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
Needles scare the shit out of me. I don't like them.
When I was younger, my mother tells the story of how I damn near, it took her, my doctor, and a nurse to hold me fucking down. But I was like a little kid to give me a needle. Like so.
My mom had all kinds of stories of me having to be restrained in order to get injections.
My mom also had if anyone ever comes to tell me that you used a drug that requires you to inject it, I'm going to laugh in their face and tell them to fuck off.
Yep.
And why? Because you don't fucking like needles.
Yep.
So I'm not worried about that shit.
Yeah. Very similar with my mom.
Like, wow. I mean, true, but still, wow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I fucking hate needles, and I hope I hate giving blood. Um, when I went to the ER about 2 years ago, there was this nurse that stuck a needle into my forearm, my the rest the whatever the top of your hand is called, looking
Okay.
for a vein. And I'm like, normally when the phlebotomist takes blood, they draw from arms. No, I can get right here. So she kept jabbing this motherfucker in looking for a vein. Like, I just can't seem to tap it. I'm like, look, they usually take from my fucking forearm. Well, I don't want to use that one. And I'm trying to be nice because this old lady, I don't want to go, bitch, I'm telling you, take from my motherfucking forearm.
Mm-hmm.
This shit fucking hurts. And he just over there, just pulling out slightly, trying to tap a vein. Hey, I just can't seem to reach it, baby. God, I fucking hate that.
Yeah, I had one time where I'd cut off probably about a third of the side of the tip of my finger.
Ugh.
Yo.
I needed to get that stitched back on. It didn't go completely off, but it was solid flap down to the bone.
Okay.
It was one of those I was using a dull knife to cut open a package. It finally went through and then through side of
Oh,
my finger.
I had something similar.
Yeah. So I had to go in to get that stitch back on. I told the ER that, yeah, if you have to do a local, if it's a nerve block, it doesn't work on me.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, if you tell people that nerve blocks don't work on you, they don't tend to believe you because it kind of sounds like drug-seeking behavior of "give me morphine."
Mm-hmm.
When no, I'm nerve blocks just don't quite work on me. So they said, "Oh no, it works. We'll just give you this, and then we'll double check." So they gave me it after me complaining and saying, "No, don't bother trying to give me that injection. It won't fucking work." They gave me it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had me look away, and that little prodding tool that they have.
Mm-hmm.
They went, "Okay, just let me know you already started poking me." Oh, okay. So you've started poking me again. You're poking me again. You're poking me again. Now you're trying to tell me that you're poking me, but you aren't poking me. You're poking me again. And then they finally gave up and realized that, yeah, it doesn't fucking work on me. So I had to deal with getting my fingers stitched back together.
Oof. That's one of the reasons why I don't like surgery. I
Just
have
raw
that,
dogging.
like, I have that fear that it may not work, and I'd have to deal with that whole fucking mess, and that shit scares me to no end.
Oh, for surgeries, they're nicer because surgeries, if the nerve block doesn't work,
Mm-hmm.
then at least from my experience, what they do is they give you a mega dose of morphine and then they gas you.
That's scary. I think Adam's falling asleep.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
But yeah, mega dose of morphine and gassing, that's the way to go when it comes to surgery, in my opinion.
I don't want any surgery. I don't.
And even then, I wake up as they're wheeling me out of the OR normally.
I don't. That's one reason why I try not to eat as much. I don't want any parts removed. I don't want any surgeries. I don't want none of that shit. Like I came into the world one way, and I plan to leave it the same way.
Oh, la-di-da. Look at Mr. Fancy Pants with all his toes.
Well, I do have all my toesies. You know.
Hey, weren't we talking about like robot legs before?
Oh, yeah. I never gave my answer. My answer would be the moment that they have augmented limbs that are as strong and as fast as my current left side of my body, I'm replacing my entire left side of my body.
Oh.
All right, I understand the transhumanism aspect of things. Like, if I could become more than I am, I would become more than I am.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
Like I said, for me, the moment that they're able to match the current capabilities of my left side, I'll swap my left side. They have to surpass the abilities of my right side for me to think about swapping my right side.
Hmm.
And if I ever went for a neural augment, it would have to be a closed circuit neural augment.
I'm not getting anything inserted into my brain. I'm crazy as fuck as it is, and I don't need any extra.
I can look at that. Not having any sort of backdoor, you'd have to develop it yourself.
Like I said, that's why I would only go for a closed circuit. Closed circuit means that there's no line in.
I still wouldn't do that shit. Like, again, I'm crazy enough as is. I don't want any extra. Fuck that shit.
I would give me mental memory upgrades. Fuck yeah.
Now, if we get to the point, which will never happen because this is ultimate fucking fantasy, if we could change like race and shit, I would. Man, I'd go full lizard man.
See, I was thinking you were about to say you're going to go black leprechaun just to fuck with people.
I would go black leprechaun just fuck. What you talking about, my people? What you talk about, my kind?
Just
I'd give myself
running
the
around
accident.
saying that the first leprechaun was Mansa Musa.
Yes.
Wait, the first ever leprechaun?
Yup. He was the first leprechaun. Mansa Musa.
Well, you know who Mansa Musa is, right, Adam?
Vaguely.
Richest man in history.
Yeah, Mansa Musa was the king of Bali. Was it Bali or Mali? It's one of those.
Mali.
I'm going to say it's Mali.
No, he's king of Ghana.
Okay,
Mansa
let me
Musa
quickly
was
look up Mansa Musa. He was the
Mali.
Malian Empire. Yeah, sorry.
My bad.
The Malian Empire. I always want to confuse Bali and Mali. But he was the ruler of the Malian Empire, and he was so fantastically rich, he went on effectively vacation once, taking this sort of pilgrimage, and he gave out so much fucking gold, he's collapsed the price of gold, and the price of gold has never recovered.
Damn.
And mind you, this was 13th century.
Yeah. He collapsed the global price of gold by taking a vacation. That's how fucking rich this dude was.
And it was all based on slaves.
Yep.
Do you think National Lampoon will do a movie about this?
Malian vacation.
Watch Chevy Chase as Mansa Musa go on vacation and collapse gold. Chevy Chase in blackface.
Nah, see, there's only one actor that can pull off blackface without people shitting the bed currently.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. is Mansa Musa.
No, it's Ted Danson still alive. Ted Danson should do it.
Nice.
Ted Danson as Mansa Musa in blackface. Yep, he's still alive. He's 76. He could pull off Mansa Musa.
But yeah, he was probably one of the richest people in history, if not the richest person in history.
But yep, and he made it off of fucking slaves.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest slave trade in the world was a black man.
So yes, they
I mean, I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
the
sir.
historic wealth when they calculate the 10 richest people. So currently, at least at the time of this calculation, the richest person alive was Bezos with $131 billion of wealth. So the 10th richest person on this list was Muammar Gaddafi at $200 billion.
Mm-hmm.
The 9th richest was William the Conqueror at $229.5 billion. Then Mir Osman Ali Khan, a Indian royal, at $230 billion. Nikolai Alexandrovich Romanov at $300 billion. Rockefeller at an inflation adjusted $341 billion. Carnegie at an inflation adjusted $372 billion. Akbar the First was in between that $372 billion and Augustus Caesar's $4.6 trillion, but it's not really sure where that is. Same with Zhao Shu, which was in that same range.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was Augustus Caesar at $4.6 trillion. And then Mansa Musa, wealth indescribable.
Damn.
Gotta love
Not even a fucking calculation. Just, yeah, dude rich as shit.
This man got money.
Yeah. And his wealth came from 3 sources.
Yep.
Do you know what 3 sources they were, Tier?
Slavery.
Yep.
Slave trade.
That's counted under slavery.
Oh, come on. What?
It was slavery, gold, and salt.
Yeah, he was a trader.
Yep.
Again.
At the time when he went on his trip, he gave out an obscene amount of gold. Like I said, he collapsed the value of gold globally because at that time, he had half the world's supply of gold.
He had all the monies.
So it was everyone else in the world, and then Mansa Musa. That's how much fucking gold the dude had.
Mm-hmm. God, Jesus Christ, I feel like a monster doing this. I'm currently playing the new DLC.
Which game?
And Crusader Kings 3.
Ah, okay. There we go.
And
now we got a game.
And I'm trying to find a wife with prestige gain, because I know what I want to do, and inheritable traits. And the only available is a 4-year-old with one claim to the Kingdom of Lotharingia. Sorry, a potential alliance with Lotharingia, and a 28-year-old, but she has like shit for stats.
You're gonna marry the 4-year-old.
Fuck no. I'm a drop the prestige game because I'm a lose prestige because I'm the king of Andalusia.
See, I was
And
figuring that you were going to go for the 4-year-old for the inheritable stats.
she doesn't have anything really inheritable. She has comely, so she's pretty, but
Yep.
it's not worth it, honestly.
I was going to laugh if it was, I have a 4-year-old with decent stats, or I have a hunchback midget.
Take that. I just found somebody who is a genius, and I have because I usually when I first start the game, my first character is always albino for the dread because it literally protects you from uprisings in the beginning game. So
Yep.
I try to be dreadful, and I just found somebody with intelligent genius. She has pretty decent stats. She likes me 16. That's good. And
Have you
she's
gone in,
26.
have you gone insane and named your horse your minister yet, though?
No, I haven't yet. But I'll plan to later.
I still find it hilarious that there's a glitch in the game that if you go insane, you name your horse your minister, and then you give your horse lands. Those lands are peopled by horse.
If you do it, they created the entire the Reaper's Due DLC, the final DLC for that game. They allowed you to create animal races.
Yeah, because
Wow.
it was functionally
Yeah.
by accident that you could do it originally, and then they went, fuck it, this is hilarious, and they just went with it.
Because there were whole fucking builds to get like you could become you would start your kid will be born a normal person, you know, if you had say you married Gooder, who's not mistaken. And you'll have a normal child, but when they turn adult, they instantly turn horse.
Okay.
So you have a horse. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fucking insane.
Like I said, it was hilarious when that was just a glitch that would happen. So, Adam, are you familiar with what that glitch was?
Not really.
So, there was a glitch that if your character became insane, your character could decide to name various animals to important positions, making those animals lords within your kingdom. That then, if you assigned those new lords that had just been made by you being insane as the lord of an area, they would start fathering progeny. So your animals would have additional animal children.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire fucking county would just be peopled by animals.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It was some
And you
wild
could-
shit, man.
Marry off your horses or your Lord Horse Advisor's child to another noble line, despite that child also being a horse. And people would accept the marriages.
Hey, man, there were different times back then.
Yep. But I just glanced down at the time,
Oh.
and we've been going for about 2.5 hours. Anything that we haven't covered that you guys wanted to?
No, I think we covered a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we've kind of wandered around a bunch of different things.
Mhm.
So if there's no topic like that, do you guys want to go into parting words?
Sure. Wait a minute. I'm gonna do a shell.
Copy that.
Monday nights, me and Mitch are doing Means of the Zoo in Space on the channel. It's our night. So check that out. And check out Never Watch Alone, which is on my channel Thursday nights, about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard.
All I can think of is pigs in space. Space.
That's what he goes, millions in space.
Pigs in Space, which is such a classic.
It was.
Adam?
Parting words.
Those were your parting words, or did you have addition?
Addition. Parting words are, if you're passionate about Sanguine devour him, don't let Sanguine devour you.
Now we can go to Adam.
Well, for parting words, Sanguine, I want to thank you for letting me hang out with you on a wonderful Friday evening.
Always fun.
Yeah. I like chatting with you on Friday, so. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining, and love y'all, and God bless.
Thank you, Adam.
And I'll leave off with this one. Judge yourself as you would. Judge yourself as you would another. You can learn a great deal, such as if you are too severe or too soft with others or yourself. Most likely, you'll find a blend. In some aspects, you will find yourself overly permissive, and in others, downright draconian. And with that, have a good night, all. The zoo is closed.
Good night.
Night.
Good night, all. And now I click this, and it takes a couple seconds, but so.